Well, we can't go see Uncle Mike looking like this. We gotta clean up a little bit. Show some respectability. Don't touch him.
Hey, no. Be careful with the car, pal. It's a classic, huh?
Of course, it's not their car. Danny DeVito and Joe Piscopo are a couple of low-grade mobsters who become hit targets for the mafia in Wise Guys. Our next movie is named Wise Guys, and this one's a real treasure, a great comedy about the mafia that stars Joe Piscopo and Danny DeVito as a couple of very low-level New Jersey foot soldiers for the mob. One day they're given $10,000 of the Godfather's money to bet on a horse, and they bet on the wrong horse because they think he doesn't know what horse is going to win, but you know what? He did know what horse was going to win, and so they owe him $250,000, and they don't have a dime. So the Don decides their punishment, which is he secretly assigns each one of them to kill the other one. Here's the scene earlier in the movie, one morning at a mob-controlled restaurant where the mafia boss is handing out the day's assignments.
Mr. Costello, you forgot about me and Mo.
I never forget about you and Mo, Harry. I always have plenty for you to do. Here.
It's your grocery list and your dry cleaning.
Yeah. You don't think that I'm going to trust these other gavones with that?
Happy to do it for you, Mr. Costello.
Mo, you're about a 40 regular, right?
Well, yes, sir.
Try this on.
A jacket? For me, Mr. Costello?
Yeah. Go over this. Let me see how it looks in the light.
Oh, sure. Hey, Mr. Costello, a jacket, thanks!
Wow. The jacket actually is bulletproof.
That giant guy that you saw there with the horrible red or maroon sport coat is the enforcer for the mob, and later on the boss puts him on the case of these two guys after they've stolen his $250,000. So they are desperate. They know there's no place to turn, and so DeVito gets on the phone and pretends to be talking to his uncle in Atlantic City, an uncle who is a powerful mobster who, if he were alive, might be able to save their lives.
Ringing now. The ringing now.
Going up. 3. One more.
Hi. It's Sadie. It's Harry Valentini, your nephew from Newark. Guess what? We're coming to Atlantic City.
What's up? What's up?
I see something else. It's Sadie's Uncle Mike there. I'd like to speak with him, please. She's getting Uncle Mike. What a card! Uncle Mike! Hi! Wonderful. Listen, Uncle Mike, I'm coming down to Atlantic City. Me and Mo Dickstein. What? He said to say hello.
Let me say hello.
No.
Wise Guys is a movie with one big laugh after another, and yet the thing that really holds this movie together, and you could see it there, is the genuine relationship between those two guys, between Mo and Harry, between Piscopo and DeVito. They like each other, and they stick together, and they try to fumble their way out of this mess, and they're neighbors in probably the worst street in New Jersey. And they are surrounded, well, I'm sure that very nice people live there, but the side that they live on looks pretty bad.
You're in trouble now, right?
And they are surrounded, the people across the street are great, and they are surrounded by a movie full of some of the best character actors in the business. The big surprise for me in Wise Guys, incidentally, was Danny DeVito. I've liked him before, but he has never been better than this time, and this shows what he can do in a way that I think will be used in other movies now. Wise Guys was directed by Brian De Palma, who specializes in thrillers and crime movies, and he made Scarface and Dressed to Kill among his serious films. This is his first comedy in a long time, and it is a good, laugh-out-loud comedy.
I don't even think that's strong enough. It's a great laugh-out-loud comedy, and I'm going to have a tough time at the end of the year deciding which film I laughed out loud the longest, Down and Out in Beverly Hills, this one, or Hannah and Her Sisters. I mean, this is really a riotous film, fabulous. DeVito, in his starring role, he's not supporting people now like in Romancing the Stone. He's absolutely terrific. There's a performance that you referred to, but I want to give credit to. The guy in the big red coat, I think he makes this movie work just as much as the two stars. That's played by a wrestler. wrestler, a former wrestler, Captain Lou Albano. He plays the fix. Plays this movie at a volume pitch that if I actually started to use it, I'd blow out every TV set that's watching us. I mean, it's a screaming performance that is hilarious. This movie, I don't know how this director, Brian De Palma, did it. He starts out at this level and keeps it funny and intense. It's just spectacular.
Well, one of the things he did, just to repeat myself, is he fills the movie with great performances. We could go down the list and start. And the thing is, each actor is able to make his little character or his corner of the movie into a three-dimensional person, a presence here, so that these are people who are interacting with each other instead of, as is so often the case in crime movies, simply stereotypes or simply one-dimensional.
Or vehicles for setting up a physical stunt. There aren't physical stunts here. They're people running into each other, not cars.
That's right. There are a couple of lines in this movie. Now, one that I don't want to give it. I will.
Don't.
They talk about. You mentioned that the guy's name is the Fixer. He's known as the Fixer. At one point, they say, "What will Mrs. Fixer think?" And I laughed for about 4 minutes at that point. Oh, great big thumbs up though for Wise Guys, the very funny new mafia comedy starring Danny DeVito and Joe Piscopo.